Dark Cloud 2 is an amazing game and possibly one of the greatest RPGs from the PS2 era. Dark Cloud 2, aka Dark Chronicle, is an action RPG that was released for the PS2 back in 2003 and then emulated and upscaled to 1080p for the PS4 in 2016. Anyone who's played this game knows how great it is and definitely remembers it, as it's a very unique game with interesting and innovative concepts that arguably rival or exceed RPGs of today. These concepts are executed very well, making Dark Cloud 2 a very memorable game with an almost cult-like following. I remember this game back in the early 2000s as an early teenager and absolutely loving it. So when I saw this game on the PlayStation Store recently, I instantly remembered it and wanted to play it. So I downloaded it and sat down to check it out. And before I knew it, 6 hours had passed and I didn't want to stop playing. This is one of those games you can lose track of time playing, as it's so immersive and there's just so many things to do. I would have to say that Dark Cloud 2 is one of my favorite PS2 games, possibly in my top 3, along with Spyro and Crash. So what makes Dark Cloud 2 such a great game? What's it all about? Well, it's basically a dungeon crawler action RPG packed full of content. The main combat is dungeon crawling, but with a twist. Each level is procedurally generated, making each level different every time you play it. The other main focus of the game is the full-fledged city builder, which is based on time travel and restoring the world for the future. There's also an insane, unique, and detailed weapon upgrading system, as well as some weapon and item crafting and building. And this is just the start to the amount of content or things you can do in the game. You can also take pictures for ideas to create new inventions. You can go fishing and enter fishing contests. There's even a form of golf called Sfida. There's also item and weapon crafting, as well as collecting parts and materials to upgrade those items and weapons, or to build things in your city builder. There's also monster transformation, and even fighting as a robot named Steve. And probably more. I'm sure there's some things I missed, but the amount of content in this game is crazy. But the game does a pretty good job of introducing these things slowly and not overwhelming you. And these concepts are very immersive and executed very well.
Dear Mother, how are you? I'm doing fine. So much has happened that I don't know where to start. Well, I guess it's easiest to start at the beginning.
The story of this game is pretty good as well. For being a story with time travel and saving the world, it's actually not too convoluted and pretty easy to understand. The downside to the story is that it's not very deep and kinda takes a back seat to all of the other content in the game. However, it's still a very good story with some pretty heart-wrenching moments, and I enjoyed it very much. This game also has a pretty good soundtrack, and the voice acting is excellent. The biggest downside to this game is the amount of grinding needed. Everything in the game levels up independently, and with so many things to upgrade and build, you will need to grind dungeons over and over to get more experience, materials, etc. This game can also be pretty challenging. You need to do a lot of leveling up and upgrading in order to progress in the game, as the difficulty gets much higher from each set of dungeons to the next. You can also get sidetracked very easily, making a very slowly progressing game, making for a very long game, which can be a good or a bad thing. But overall, Dark Cloud 2 is one of my favorite PS2 games, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it before. Seriously, if you haven't played it, go play it. It's awesome.
What?
You passed. You might be able to do it. Hurry! The first door is waiting for you.
So that's all I got for you today, guys. If you want to see more content on this game, or even see me play it, let me know down in the comments. And if you liked today's video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out, fam.